Hi, beautiful people. I'm missing you all this week. I am in Yosemite for a wedding and am grateful that we have technology so I can provide you with a yoga flow this week via YouTube. Okay, so just beginning to start in. So since you won't all have the opportunity to pick your individual cards, I thought I will just think of you all and place it here, bringing in your energy, then pulling one out. Oh, there it says, I am allowed to protect my energy. There's your card for today. We'll have that as a little reminder. Get my watch set up here. And so I invite you to check in this morning or this afternoon. It'll be 3:30. It's morning now. I'm recording this, but in the afternoon for you all. So when you're watching this, the lunar eclipse will have happened today, which is the 18th when I'm recording this, and then you will be seeing this the day after. And so with that lunar eclipse energy, it really talks about bringing out this interconnectedness between us and the universe and us and each other, and then being able to release what is no longer serving you and kind of release some of that emotional debris, emotional baggage, and letting go of what does not belong in your heart, and then coming into that reset and re-empowering yourself. And so thinking about how do you want to show up? And we did a little bit of this last week in our session. And so we'll do a little bit of this again with some of that release work that we did with some cathartic movement, as well as bringing in that energy and frequency of what you want to be and how you want to show up in your day to day. So for me, I am wanting to show up as confident, as brave and courageous, and as a resource. So I'm affirming that I am confident, I am brave and courageous, and I am a resource. And so I invite you to take a moment. If you all want to check in as a large group, you can check in, or you can just, pair off. I don't know how many of you there are. I think last week we had about 3 of us. So depends on how many are there in this afternoon, and just having that opportunity to check in and talk about how you want to be and how you want to show up. What's that energy and that frequency that you want to show up as? So take a couple moments here. Beautiful. And if you need more time to check in, feel free to pause the video, and then you can continue checking in. And I will go ahead and get us started in some movement. And so the other part about this lunar eclipse that happened today on Wednesday is the uh, energy that it's connected to, and the astrological sign that it's connected to is Pisces, which is a water sign. So we're really integrating some of that fluidity of water in our bodies and our minds and in our spirit. So something to think about as well. All right. Inhale, inviting the hands up overhead. Exhale, drawing one hand to your heart space and one hand to your belly. I invite you to notice the body and noticing your breath. I invite you to check in with your mind, letting go of any thoughts that are no longer serving you. Perhaps imagining a little door at the back of your mind, or those thoughts that come in that are taking you away from that positive version of yourself, or taking you away from this moment, can let them out the back door of your mind. I'm inviting you to turn the volume of your thoughts all the way down. And then I invite you to check in with your heart space and your heart chakra. Taking a moment here to turn the volume of your heart all the way up. And just noticing what your heart needs this afternoon. I invite you to check in with your body, recognizing what your body needs this afternoon. Remembering that this is your practice, your body, and always your choice. Beautiful. Checking in with your spirit, honoring what your spirit needs in this moment, in this practice, in this day, and in your week. What can you do to honor that inner light that shines within you and all around you? And inhale, inviting the hands up overhead. Exhale, drawing the hands across the body into a butterfly hug, giving yourself some love and attention here, practicing that ahimsa. It might feel good to rest the back of your cheek on the back of your hand. Just noticing what it feels like to be held here. As you rock your body from side to side or from front to back, know that it sends a signal to your nervous system that you are safe. Knowing that you deserve to feel safe. Beautiful. And inhale, coming through center. I invite you to draw the right arm across your body, stretching out that shoulder. Beautiful. And then bringing the hand back behind the head. While releasing down, I invite you to draw the left arm across the body. Inhale, releasing out, drawing the hand back behind the head, stretching that shoulder and that tricep. Beautiful, and releasing down, giving yourself a big hug again, shaking it out. Invite you to draw the right arm down and the left arm comes up and over. Inhale, coming through center, and exhale, drawing the left hand down and the right arm comes up and over. Then on your own time and your own breath, I invite you to move through from side to side. Taking as much time as you need, knowing that there is absolutely no rush. Beautiful, and coming through center, inviting the arms out into a T, engaging the muscles alongside the side body and the obliques and the core, and then twisting from the core, drawing the navel in towards the spine, twisting through the side body, over to your left. And then lowering down. Inhale, coming through center, and exhale, twisting from the core through the spine, either side of the core and the obliques, coming over to the right. And coming through center. Beautiful. And just taking a moment here to pause. I realize if we may have some new folks in the room, I didn't introduce myself. So my name is Jess, and I teach yoga through my business, Letting Love In, and I teach trauma-informed yoga as well as officiating weddings, which I'm doing here in Yosemite. And then I'm also a resilient relationships coach. And Letting Love In is all about creating space for connection where individuals, relationships, families, and communities can experience deeper levels of joy, peace, and love. And so just a moment to introduce myself in case you're new to our group this week and new to yoga. We are so happy to have you here, and just remember that all of you is loved and accepted, and we are so grateful and appreciative that you took time for yourself today in this practice. Okay, I'm moving in. So a couple options here. Can move into cat and cow from a seated position, drawing the shoulders back and away from the ears, opening up the heart space. Inhale, breathing in for cow, and then exhale, drawing the navel towards the spine, creating space between the shoulder blades, creating like a little back bend. Beautiful. So you can stay here in a seated position, moving between these two shapes. A second option is to come into tabletop or into all fours. And so coming onto your hands and your knees, drawing the knees underneath the hips, the wrists underneath the shoulders. So you're creating like a box within the body. And then if you have any wrist sensitivity, you can walk the hands out slightly in front of you, and that'll alleviate some of the pressure from the weight of the body, or you can come back to that seated position. And so from here, finding those two shapes, drawing the shoulders back and away from the ears, opening up the heart space, lifting the tailbone, inhale. Exhale, drawing your navel towards your spine, creating space between the shoulder blades, and exhaling for 10. Beautiful. In your own time, in your own breath, moving between these two shapes. Inviting in any intuitive movement here in the body. Beautiful. Maybe some spinal circles or some hip circles. And finding the opposite direction. And coming through center. Beautiful. I invite you to find a position of rest. So coming into Balasana or child's posture, any position that allows you to pause, to rest, and to be. And draw the big toes together, knees can be wide or knees can be together. So you bring your hips back towards your heels, resting down. Knowing that you are worthy of rest at any time throughout your practice, throughout your day, throughout your life. Taking a moment to be here in this time, allowing yourself to exist just as you are, knowing that you are enough just as you are today in this moment, and that you have always been enough. is your weekly reminder that every time you intentionally choose to rest, you are being held, you are being supported, and you are being healed. Knowing that you do not have to earn your rest. You are worthy of rest at any time. That your rest is unconditional. Know that you can stay here for as long as you'd like. You can come back to the shape at any time. But there's absolutely no rush. And whenever you're ready, coming back into a seated position, bringing your feet out in front of you. I invite you to draw your knees from side to side. Helps to strengthen and mobilize the hips. Beautiful. Then I invite you to come into a standing forward fold. So moving through tabletop, inviting a curl in the toes, lifting the knees, walking the feet forward, walking the hands back, coming into Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Bending one knee at a time. Invite you to draw opposite hands to opposite elbows, releasing down. It might also feel good to interlace the hands, bringing them behind the back of the head, the base of the skull, and then massaging the neck with the thumbs. Inhale, shaking the head no. Exhale, nodding the head yes. And then inhale, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful, rising up to the top. See if I can get all the way in the frame. Beautiful. Drawing the hands up overhead. Interlacing the hands, pointing the index fingers together. Inhale. Exhale, coming over to the right. Inhale, coming through center. And exhale, coming over to the left. Inhale, coming through center, and exhale, reaching back. Inhale, hands come to heart center. We had the full moon yesterday, and this would be for you too, 2 days ago. So on Tuesday, the full moon started, and then we had the lunar eclipse on Wednesday. And so just riding off of that energy, I invite you to imagine the light of the moon. I'm just imagining that here, perhaps closing your eyes, imagining that light of the moon, that fullness shining down on you. Drawing in the energy of the moon. Letting it fill the body inside and out. Giving you strength, giving you power, connecting you to the beauty of your emotions. Beautiful. Then I invite you to find a warrior two. So if you're doing this from a chair, from a seated position, you can, don't have a chair on me, but imagine that there's the chair behind me. You can step one leg out and one leg into that bend in the front, and then keeping the glutes down at the seat. So that's an option if you are in a seated position. If you're in a standing position, feeling that strength through the shoulders and the hips lining up here. We've got the toes are pointing out towards the front of your mat. There's an external rotation in that left hip, and then the back foot is kind of spinning at like a 45-degree angle and finding that bend in that front leg. You can see it here. Beautiful. Drawing the arms out into a T, finding that gaze over the left fingertips. Beautiful. Inhale, spinning that palm, reaching back, keeping a bend in that front knee, reaching back for reverse warrior. And coming through center, spinning to the back side, the other side of your mat. Shoulders are over the hips, opening up the body, coming into that external rotation, finding that bend, keeping the knee tracking over the ankle. Toes are pointed towards the back of your mat. These toes are pointed like at about a 45-degree angle, opening up, finding your gaze. Inhale, spinning the palm, reaching back. Reverse warrior, keeping that bend in the front knee. Coming through center. Heel toeing the feet together. And then taking a moment to grab some water here. Take a little break. Know that at any time throughout this practice, you can drink water, run to the bathroom, always taking care of you first, right? Knowing that in order for us to show up more powerfully in the world, that we have to show up for ourselves. So doing what you need to do to show up for you, and then you can show up for others. Beautiful. Hmm. Invite you to take another moment here in child's posture, just while we're taking this little pause. Coming back and settling in. Beautiful. Coming back through center, curling the toes, lifting the knees, reaching your hips back for downward facing dog. Let me adjust my camera here a little bit. You can see me. And so in downward facing dog, we're creating an upside down V in the body. And you can do this with support of a chair. If you want to bring your hands to the back of the chair, to the seat, you can have that extra support so you don't have to reach all the way down to the mat or down to the floor. And so finding that shape, bringing the hands out in front of you, walking the feet back, bringing the hips up and back. And again, you can find, if you have a chair or a bench, you can find that too, and finding your hands there. Beautiful. Drawing the shoulders out and away from the ears. The ears are in alignment with your biceps. Your heart is reaching towards the earth. The hips are reaching up and back, and your heels are reaching towards the earth. Bending one knee at a time. Hello. Beautiful. And then coming up through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up to rise. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Coming into chair posture, so you can literally be sitting in a chair for this, or bringing your hips back towards your heels from a standing position. And bringing the hips back onto the heels, drawing the hands up. Beautiful, drawing the navel in towards the spine, keeping the legs nice and strong, imagining a block that you're hugging between the thighs, keeping that stability. And thinking about any negative emotions, negative energy, any limiting beliefs that you need to release from your mind, from your heart, from your body, and from your spirit. And so I invite you to affirm on the inhale, I release. And then on your exhale, bringing both hands to the side of your body. And then you can say it to yourself or even gently out loud what you are releasing, whatever you feel comfortable with and safe to do. So I'll say a couple of mine out loud that I'm releasing and moving through. So I release fear. I release shame. I release unworthiness. And then just continuing through, I release. I release. Really imagining that you're shifting that through your body and out, knowing that those emotions and that negative energy does not belong in your heart, does not belong in your mind or your spirit. Beautiful. Coming back to mountain posture, taking it out. Beautiful. And then I invite you to bring to attention those I am statements, that energy, that frequency, those being states. How do you want to be? Who are you? And how do you want to be in each moment as much as possible of the day, showing up in your truest, most authentic self, releasing that negative energy, stepping into your power, stepping into that frequency, bringing that here into your heart space. Taking a moment to center in, thinking of at least 3 positive energy and being states of who you are meant to be. And I invite you to create some energy between the palms of the hands. And drawing that energy to your heart space. Bringing in those energies into your heart, your mind, and your spirit. Beautiful. And then I invite you to step to the wide side of your mat, shifting the toes out, drawing the hands up, coming into star posture, knowing that you are a unique star. I invite you to remember to always honor your value and power, and affirming that I deserve to take up space. We have lots of space here. Beautiful. And inhale and exhale, drawing the knees to the outside and over the second toe, coming into goddess or horse. Beautiful. Connecting to that sacral chakra, which is also connected to water. So connecting to that Piscean energy of the lunar eclipse and the pelvis here at the sacral chakra. It's kind of below the belly button, at the hips and the pelvis. You might sway from side to side. Inviting you to be fluid and forgiving like water. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And exhale. And heel toeing the feet together, turning to the front of your mat, coming into a half sun salutation. Inhale, inviting the hands up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful, flowing down back to a seated position. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, planting the hands, stepping back. Coming in. Back to a seated position. Beautiful. Taking a moment here to catch your breath. I invite you to settle in. Before we move into final stretches in Shavasana, taking a moment to do a slight little meditation with a poem here. The poem is called Water Speaks. I invite you to settle in, perhaps imagining taking yourself to your favorite body of water. If it feels safe for you, you can close your eyes, envisioning yourself at your favorite body of water. Palms can be facing down to feel more grounded in this moment, or palms can be facing up to be in receptivity and bringing in energy. It's beginning to tune in, noticing the breath, noticing the body. And just noticing what it feels like as you imagine yourself next to your favorite body of water. Hearing the sound of the water flowing. Noticing what you see all around you. Noticing what you hear. Perhaps the smells. There might be a taste. What do you feel? And as you imagine yourself here next to this body of water, I invite you to listen to this poem called Water Speaks. Remember your connection to me. I course through your body and sustain your cells. When you feel lost, recall this truth. You embody my nature. Embrace fluidity in your life. Learn to navigate around obstacles rather than struggle against them. Your strength lies in adaptability, not rigidity. Trust your path, even when it takes unexpected turns. Consider where you've become stagnant. Stagnation breeds decay. Allow yourself to flow again, releasing what no longer serves you. In this release, find renewal. Listen to your emotions. They are not adversaries, but messengers. Let them flow through you without judgment. In their natural rhythm, discover balance. As a drop holds the essence of the ocean, you carry within you a spark of universal wisdom. Don't fear depth. Your most valuable insights often lie beneath the surface. In exploring your depths, uncover your true essence. Finally, understand your influence. Like me, you have the capacity to nourish and transform. Use this ability thoughtfully, knowing that your actions ripple outward, affecting all that they touch. Water speaks. A moment here to relax next to that body of water. When you feel ready, slowly opening your eyes if they were closed, coming back into the space, back into your body, and then making your way down to your back. If you're in a seated position or on a chair, Mari, if you are here with us, or if there's anyone else that is in a chair, you can take the shape from your chair in figure 4. So from a seated position, drawing your right leg over the left, coming into figure 4. And then you can do it like this too from the mat, if this feels better in your body and you don't want to lay down on the ground. But if you are comfortable with laying down on the ground, I invite you to come down to your back and then draw the right leg over the left. Beautiful. Option to lift that left leg, rolling out the ankle. Beautiful. And then uncrossing the legs, drawing the knees from side to side. And I invite you to draw that left leg over the right. Option to bring that right leg up, rolling out the ankle. Lowering down, uncrossing the leg, drawing the knees from side to side. Finding any final shapes or stretches in your body before finding your final resting shape. Know that you can take final Shavasana in any position that serves you and allows you to rest, relax, and release. Be on your belly, on your side, on your back. We'll be here for about 6 minutes. Just taking this time to relax and center.
Yes, you say so. Oh, sure. Name is Thomas. participate. And I was able to get the car and then just down the vehicle. I didn't remember that email address yet, and then receipts for reimbursement.
On your next inhale, I invite you to move the body again slowly. Slowly bringing attention back to your breath. Bringing movement back into the body. You have a favorite side, resting on your favorite side in fetal position. Slowly making your way back to a comfortable seat. Inhale, inviting the hands up overhead. Exhale, palms come together, resting at your heart space. I invite you to create some energy between the palms of your hands. Drawing that energy into your heart or anywhere that needs some extra love and attention. In your body, affirming those qualities, those energy and frequencies and being states. I am confident. I am brave and courageous. I am a resource. Affirming the 3 that you came up with during your practice, centering them here in your heart and your mind. Inhale, creating some more energy between the palms of the hands and drawing that energy out to those around us, to the universe, the divine, or whatever serves you. Palms come together, thumbs come between your eyebrows at your third eye center. I invite you to bow your head in gratitude, thanking all of the teachers who have come before us to bring us this sacred practice, thanking yourself for making time to unite body, mind, and spirit. And I hope you have a blessed day, and may you be letting love in. Thank you all. Love and miss you all. I'll see you next week. Bye.